Hey Gene, I figured video's a lot quicker than typing, and also a picture's worth 1,000 words. No, I just the elbow stretch. That's my faulty language. I don't know how to call it. It's funny. I'm in healthcare, and I'm terrible at anatomy and all the, uh, supination, pronation. I should know all that stuff, but um, Tomas, he was right. I think he's just very much sort of like he's just throw. He's just throwing motion. He's just talking about, so if I'm from behind, what I meant by the elbow stretch, he wants me. I have a tendency, I think, to just want to be straight on because it's simple, and I want to have less moving parts, and I think that too comes down to fear and worry and things like that. So you're sort of like, oh, if I can just make it nice and simple, I can just do this all day, right? But he's suggesting that he says a non-negotiable thing is this elbow needs to be stretched, or the arm back on this side, that side, before I go. That if I start here, there's no, which I kind of debate. I think there's you can, but and the problem with, for me to go this way, we start getting into tossing along the baseline, which I kind of do for top spin serves, but for getting flat, I'm uncomfortable doing that. I don't know why. I think for flat, I just want to go straight up, and so anyway, yeah, I hear you. I think too. I don't know if it's an ego thing or what, going after that big serve, and at some point, you just kind of draw the line and say, this is within the range of acceptability. Interesting point though on the forehand. Sorry to go on, and I'll leave you alone. Is I think O'Shaughnessy, or whoever that guy does all the stats and stuff like that. There's somebody that like a lot of the deep dive into the numbers for professional players, where they look at the stats, and basically it boiled down to more errors are being made currently in the men's game, at least ATP. I think is what they said, on the forehand side, which is contrary to what people would think, and it's because the guys are going for more shots on their forehand side, so they're actually making more mistakes. So, contrary to what you might think, the backhand seems to be the more reliable shot, at least less error prone. So just kind of like food for thought. Like, I know I have terrible time sometimes finishing off a shot with my forehand. I will end up playing a safe shot and not letting it go and going for a winner. Almost every time when I play. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, and the forehand. Sorry to go on that. What's helped me out is actually I kind of started getting some golfer's elbow, which is bad, but on the bright side, it caused me to really get the ball earlier, because I knew that was a way to avoid any discomfort. So now I'm really kind of getting to the point where I'm hitting the ball out in front of me, and like really stretching out. And so that's just been helpful for me, and it feels really nice. So if I can just load and, just kind of really reach out ahead of me and hit it. So anyway, thank you very much. Sorry for my cry for help. So it's just funny with OTI Florian. I signed up for his course like years ago when I was trying to redo my serve, and he really was the first sort of online person that I worked with before I found YouTube and found you and other people and stuff like that. He's even said to me, you need to not keep chasing the next shiny thing, which I totally get, but I want to say to him, but it's like, I think you're like the shiny thing, I keep on going back to him because his whole thing, and not to go on, is, he's just very much into repetition, doing the progressions. And my problem is, like, will, sorry, I got to get that banner. When I go and, I can do progressions all day. I can sit there and do a shadow serve and it looks great. But when I introduce the ball, then I like, wig. And so to me, it's not a matter of progressions. And if I can't piece it together again. So I think that there is some kind of feel-based, thing where I need to connect everything. And that's where I think Tomas is probably like more. I just wish that there was something that kind of jives more with like the way I want to serve that, is a little bit simpler, but it's also something that's connected to the legs. So everything fires right, and connected with the toss and the legs, That's the challenge, is kind of putting those three things together: the toss, the legs, and then the hips and the swing. So anyway, if you have any trick to just bring all that together really nice and quick, just let me know. Anyway, hope you have a good week. Thank you for chatting. I appreciate this correspondence very much.